Hello.
Hi there.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep. Can you fine? Can you hear me all right?
Nice. Yeah, spot on, mate.
Awesome. Awesome. Alrighty then. Just gonna get straight into it then, I guess.
Yeah, man.
So replay. Let me share my screen. Screen one. Can I go to that? No, I can't. Have you got anything recording your side to keep it, or?
Yes, I think I have. It's kind of I've done a bit of a trial run with it, and I think it's going to work.
Mhm.
So fingers crossed, it should be okay. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. All right then. So you said we've got five replays here, but like going through strategy and things like that, we'll probably get through about three of them,
That's fine,
especially
mate.
if we want to leave some time to have a look at like mechanics to focus on afterwards as well.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
I've just grabbed number one here.
Yeah.
We'll just start that up. So one thing that I'm gonna try and point out over the course of this is a positioning that I've kind of developed on my stream.
Yeah.
You've probably heard other people use it in other terminology, but like, I've been shouting this uh, since 2020 when I started my stream. So like, if we're playing in twos, there's a fun like in terms of strategy, there's a specific way that you can play in twos. That will generally walk you into Grand Champion if
Yeah.
you play it consistently. So I just want to go over the strategy for like the first 5 minutes so that you can see it as we go through.
Got you.
So, um, so if we divide the teams in two, we've got two cars on each team. And then what we're going to say is there's always a team that's on possession and then off possession.
Mhm.
So let's see these guys are on. Then we have player one and player two, and I'm sure you've like heard people referring to themselves as on player one, two, and three in rotation.
Yeah.
So we have one and two on, and we have one and two off. So generally, the way that I play twos, and the way I've always taught people to play twos to get to Grand Champion, is something called L position.
Yeah.
And what that is playing essentially backup and allowing your teammate to flourish essentially. And
Mhm.
when you've got possession, it's your time to flourish,
Got you.
and they back you up. If you're solo queuing, doesn't always happen, but you can generally always make sure at least you're backing them up and
Yes.
giving them the opportunity. So the way that that works,
I'm quite fortunate that I only ever do comp twos with my teammate. So
okay,
I'll
so you
never
can
play
pretty much
comp
pass
without
this
him.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I draw a portrait pitch, so let's say this is your teammate.
Mhm.
They've got possession, so they're one on. That means they've got possession, and generally, what you're going to do is, or a good way to put it is, you probably heard pros before say that 2v2 is essentially 1v1s, but with an extra man on each team.
Yeah.
So rather than thinking of that, it's actually just 1v1s versus an extra team. And that comes to that kind of mindset where I said you're going to let your teammate flourish.
Yeah.
You're going to let them try to 1v1 the opponents, and you are backup. So L position, well, generally when people are playing Rocket League and like in twos, you'll find people in multiple different positions. So like what we do is I draw a square off your teammate, and then the common places that you'll find teammates in gold, platinum, diamond
Mhm.
is they'll either be directly behind them like this,
Yeah.
which is scary as shit because as this player, you like if you ever see your teammates behind you, you know they're just going to run up behind you and take your shot off you. They're going to do it for you. That is literally gold in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Then the next one is this, where they're directly parallel to you,
Yeah.
and it's literally screaming for a pass, like begging you to pass the ball because they think you're going to do that and then they're going to pass it.
Yeah.
But the thing with that is, one, it's hard to pass to the side. It's telegraphed as fuck. And to be honest, as soon as that pass happens, this person's
Yeah.
or as soon as it starts, this person's intercepting it. No one's in net.
Risky as fuck.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so we don't play that either. So they're two difficult ones. We sometimes get people like straight diagonal off. It's not terrible, but the problem is say like if your teammate is challenged, there's like an immediate path to the net. So one bad challenge could just be off the wall and straight into net like that,
Yeah.
or just directly straight to the net like that. So that's why you don't want to play in this position, because unless you're watching always and you've got 100 boosts ready to snap, this still doesn't cover the ground. So our position is specifically covering this middle ground here. So behind diagonal, but not fully diagonal. We're not going all up like chess. We're just it's like, in terms of chess, it's like
a knight.
Is it a knight? Like that does like the L.
Yeah.
That's where we got it. That's how we named it, because it's like the knight's move. So you're covering this ground, and what it means then is, if you're leaving your teammate to flourish, they're going to try and 1v1 this player, and say like they're going for it, like this person challenges. What's going to happen most of the time is a 50-50. When that 50 happens, as we said, this ball can spit out anywhere. It can spit out directly forward, it can spit out to the side, it can spit out over here, it can spit out backwards. Being in this position, you're in the best spot to pick up any of that. If it's directly behind or straight on net, you can pick this up because you're already driving forward. If it goes to the left, you can pull off to it. You've probably got an air dribble opportunity there. If it goes forward, you can just push up. And then in this opportunity here, if this comes out, this is perfect for you, because this is just the shot.
Boom it.
Like, these two people are locked in the 50-50, or the outcome of the 50-50. They've lost all the speed, the recovering, and it's just an easy shot for you to just ram at the opponent's net. Or just take possession. Like, you can take it as a dribble. Like, that's probably preferable as well. But that's generally why we do our position, because it's the first player is going to do their best to try and make that 50-50 happen so that you can step in. But it's also a fine balance of, I'm not going to step in until it's perfectly my time. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to allow them to have that space.
Got you. So fingers crossed, we're going to see some of that in the replays, right?
Yeah, we'll probably see a bit of it. It's generally like, if you change the way that you think about the game for this, generally you can walk into Grand Champion, because being in that L position, you're always playing safe.
Cool.
You're still being a good player because you're going to show up when you need to, but you're playing safe.
Yeah.
So, and just in terms of when the opponents have the ball, so if we say this is the opponent, that's 1, that's 2. So this is now 1 on, 2 off, or 1 off and 2 off. So the way that we play here is, again, it's 1v1s, so we don't want to rush both at the same time. We want to send in one person, because generally what happens then is this person tries to flick or get it over this, and then as this ball is in the air, that is your opportunity to step in.
Yeah.
Which is why we want to learn things like fake challenges if we have them already in you, like if you're doing fake challenges, because we want to get this person to give up the ball for free and then you collect it.
Yeah.
And that's just generally how we're going to try and force the ball off the other people. And then as soon as we have possession again, we go back to that, okay, who has possession? If it's you, you become 1 on, and you'll be pushing forward with the ball, and this person will rotate around you into L position, covering the net. The L position always goes into the position which covers the net. So if they're on the left side of the field, you're L to the right. If they're on the right side of the field, you're L to the left.
Yeah. So that's L shape is only applicable to when you're in possession, basically.
Yes. Yeah. When you're out of possession, it's generally who's nearest. This is also a good opportunity to come onto this though. So say like if there was a 50-50 in the middle of the pitch from 2 players, and there's one left, that you got someone in defence and then someone in the opponent. Let's say they were L positioning. They're going to come in and they're going to collect possession, and then they're going to start their advanced in, like, so they're going to have the ball 1v1 between these 2 people. Your job isn't to challenge now. Your job is to turn and waste as much time as possible. And I'm pretty sure you know what parallel goaltending is, where you always try and save to the side and put it in the corner.
Yeah.
Now, what a lot of people will think is that this play has to happen first. However, the real play is this person actually needs to get back on their feet as quickly as possible and make the challenge first. So a lot of people will think this person will go and collect boost, or they'll come around and they'll back post rotate, allow this person to make the save, and then, you know, they're here, they could probably collect possession or go back around, rotate again in case we don't get a good save.
Right.
That's what a lot of people think. But the thing is, in that situation, you've allowed this player to take a shot. You've allowed them to at least try, and that's enough sometimes. If this person doesn't have good boost, if they're not confident in terms of like their saving to the side, things like that, why allow them the shot when you can try and get back on your feet? 30 boost, that's good enough. Try and get back in and make a challenge. So that's something to add in as well. A lot of people think, I've made a challenge, now I'm just going to step off. No, it's I've made a challenge, but I've left my teammate in a 1v1. I cannot allow that. I need to step in again and give my teammate a challenge. So this player still wants to do this rotation and park up, but it's not their responsibility yet. Whoever that player is that made the first challenge needs to step in again. And what we want to happen essentially is, say if this dribble was coming in, you're going to run in, or say if it was you, you're going to make that challenge, and then this teammate can actually go and get that then. So you're going to throw away the last bit of boost that you have to try and get rid of this shot and get an immediate counter attack.
Okay.
And then at that point, this person can rotate.
Okay, that's quite interesting. That's something I'm one of those people that probably thought I'll go for a second challenge again if I feel like I'm closest to it and I've got enough boost and I don't feel like I'm going to be hitting the ball back towards our own goal sort of thing. But I've always I've typically always done a challenge and then kind of didn't want to make it ambiguous to my teammate whether it's his turn or not sort of thing. So I'd always kind of just push back and let him push on them. But see, that's a little bit different to kind of probably what you'll see a lot of in these replays.
Yeah. One way to put it with your teammate then is, say this is your goal. So the opponent has just broke out with possession, and you've started your rotation so that you can back post rotate and try and save into that corner. What you want to do is ask your teammate, I need a challenge. So you tell your teammate you need a challenge because you don't feel like you've got this. So do you know what I mean? So it's like you're telling them they're not done yet. Give me a challenge.
So it's a bit circumstantial in a way.
Yeah. And then it's up to them to then communicate back to you, I can't give you a challenge. I've got 0 boost, or I know I won't catch up. Do you know what I mean? They've got to give you, they might get into a bit of a dogfight where it's they're right behind this. They're trying to get there, but they just can't get onto that demo. And that's when they need to communicate, I just can't. And then that's when you will step in and make that challenge. So it's a bit of a back and forth. You want to communicate, I need that challenge. I can't do this by myself, or I shouldn't have to do this by myself. And then, the back and forth. Okay, I can give you a challenge. I've got 60 boost. I'll get there.
Got you.
So we'll jump into the first one.
You're not going to have to wait long before we realise my first major flaw. And go.
Yeah, so the kickoff's not
I can't speed
There's
flip.
a lot we can do in terms of... I've got the volume there. So, we could learn a fast kickoff, but you still get there a good time. The only problem here is that your card can get out of the way, because this actually dies in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good kickoff for a cheat. It's just your car gets in the way.
Yeah.
Your teammate actually would have been the first of that cheat. So there's nothing wrong with the kickoff. It serves a purpose. It could have been quicker, but it served a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It's just unfortunate. Teammate bumps into you, and then we both get caught in the middle. They score instead. So there's not a lot to point out apart from the accidental bump.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so obviously the first thing that I'm hyper aware of is one of the last kind of mechanics that I feel like is quite critical is the speed flip. Is something that I just can't. I tried to learn it before I went away, and I'm starting to, but it's just something I just don't have in my locker at the minute, and we're just wondering how detrimental that is to us going forward, basically.
Not detrimental.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd still like a front flip on your kickoff, because you do just drive.
Yeah.
Standard kickoff is you would drive to this, and as soon as this boost flashes that you've collected it, front flip, just land, and then make sure you always hit the ball facing the opponent's goal. So, let's say you're starting in the corner. That's a great car. Here's the ball. So a lot of people will go at the ball straight diagonal like that.
Yeah.
And then they'll try and push like this. But the way that Rocket League works, when there's a 50-50 like this, the ball doesn't just calculate and go in a direction. If you look at it really slowly, the game is physics related. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It keeps bouncing between the cars until there's a path of least resistance, and then it takes that path. So what you want to make sure is you drive towards if I delete this now, you're going to drive forward. You're going to collect this boost, but what you'll do is you'll land about here, and then you turn into the ball. So essentially, you want your car to be facing directly north when you go for your kickoff, because what that will eliminate is, say if this is an overhead view, if you turn into it going directly north, but your opponent comes at that weird angle, this is your path of least resistance, and it's gonna make sure that it's either perfectly 50 for your team, or they're gonna take a 45 degree, perfectly 90 here, or 45 into their half, where you puts them on the defense. So you're eliminating that potential that it's immediately going to pop into your half and they just immediately score. So that's why we want to try and get that little turn in.
Cool.
But again, kickoff still works decently. So here, your teammate misses. So you're doing right to keep you got to get boost, fine. Mm-hmm. Keep your eye on the play. Mm-hmm. But here, your teammate directly misses. So here, we shouldn't be going to get boost. We want to stay close.
Okay.
The way that you want to play is, in terms of being with a teammate, you want to divide like the pitch kind of into 6, or should I say 8? Yeah, might as well say 8. But essentially, wherever your teammate is, you want to be at least 1 square away from them. So if they're occupying this square, you want to be in these squares.
Yeah.
So if you're going back over here, it's just a lot of space unoccupied. So you just don't want to leave them alone. So here, because he made a miss, your best bet would be stay close, pad, and just hang around. You probably have about 50, which would be more than enough to make a double jump save if necessary. So essentially, when you're in net on your own, your job isn't to make the best save in the world, it's just to buy time.
Yeah.
Good first touch. So I can appreciate this. So you take a good first touch, but here you jump way too early.
Okay.
What I'd say here is this is a great touch, but now I'd want you to wait. We want to see if we can draw someone in. Because if this ball is left uncontested, someone's going to get the balls to go up for it. But you're always going to be first to this because you're nearest. So you're going to wait until one of them gets the balls to go, I think I might get that. And as soon as you hear the pop, you just jump up and hit it again.
Okay.
What that's doing is you were going to take your shot anyway, but we're going to try and get someone to go up, because if you can get them to spend 30 boosts on a dumb challenge, might as well, because they'll be committed then.
Got you.
And it's potentially drawing that double commit as well. So you just want to wait here. So I like the pop up. I like the jump. It's just we do it a bit too early.
Okay.
Because what could have happened here is you could have popped this up. You could still be driving underneath this ball, and then this person could have thought, actually, I'm going to go. And then at that point, you go up, and then you hit it around them, or you could just go over them. Anything that gets them to commit, and then you make a different choice. Because you jump up so quickly, essentially it's like you're playing your cards early. Okay, you're showing your hand, you're telling them what you're going to do, and then BMW Hub can play accordingly. If you wait, you're keeping them in suspense, like what the fuck's he going to do? Is he going to take it into another dribble? Is he going to go up for the air dribble? Is he going to flip reset it? Anything like this, you're holding your cards close to your chest and wait until the last second.
Yeah, I get you, because obviously they know I've not got my flip left anymore. They know I've used a bit of my boost to get it, whereas if I didn't, they don't know when I'm going to flip. They don't know whether I've got 100 boost or 0 boost. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And this is the extra challenge. So here you recover really well. So right now, what we would say is Guardian doesn't want to attack. Guardian's got to waste time now. Waste time for you to either get back in defence or give him a challenge.
Yeah.
So in this situation, Guardian will say, can I get a challenge? And you would consider, okay, can I get to this person? You know you've got these 3 pads here, so you could do a quick 3 chain and then just try and make a challenge. It doesn't have to be a good challenge. You just need to get this person to either 50-50 with you, in which point Guardian comes in and sweeps possession, or you show up close to Hub and scare them into thinking they're going to get challenged, and then they just hit the ball away from themselves, in which case Guardian's going to pick up the ball. So it's just about that threat. You're not done yet.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting, because my mindset now that you can see there is just get back and be last man now and get to back post.
Yeah. So I'd want you to make that challenge so Guardian can see what's going to happen out of that challenge. But again, it's all that communication, because if you don't communicate, you'll think, oh, it's my job to make a challenge here, and Guardian will probably also think, oh, he's going to rotate and he'll make the challenge as well. Double commit, you're getting scored on. So it really matters on that communication that you're telling each other. Like solo queue, again, it's difficult. You've got to try and get that read, but yeah, it helps the team prioritize who's going and just increases breakout chances.
Got you.
Nice. Yeah, it did bounce out nice. Alright, so kick off. So hit this one, yeah, we want to cheat on this. Decent. So here, you hesitate a bit. I just want you to make a decision. So I want you to drive up the wall here, and just you don't have to do anything, because like the last thing we see is no one's around. So Zeno is about to leave. BMW takes a shot. It goes up. So BMW can't take another shot, and Zeno isn't ready to take a shot. So here, we just need to cover. So I don't need you to boost up. I don't need you to make an amazing save. I just want you to be close to the ball. And it's kind of just like stamping your authority that, like, this is my possession. Y'all want to step off or you're going to get flicked. Or something like that. So it's just the presence. We're not going to do anything because there's no threat of a goal here. We just want to be close. So what we could say here is we drive up the wall, and then we just chill. The ball's going to slowly come down, and then if you want, you can jump off and then hit it. Or just keep reviewing where's the opponents. Are they coming close to you? Are they backing all the way off, giving you time? We just don't need to rush. And here it kind of feels like you're panicking, you don't know what to do, and you just kind of park up. In this situation, you have just give away possession.
Yeah.
So this person's got to see how this person challenges you, not the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So he's giving that person the challenge, and now the opponent can pick up possession. They weren't really paying attention, but they had the right idea.
Got you, yeah.
Nice dribble. So it would have been hard for you to catch up anyway here, but in a perfect world here, what we would have done is say, like, if we just had boost off the bat, or if we could have got quicker, this would have just been try and push up and get into that L position.
Yeah.
So in the situation where your teammate got challenged towards the net, you can just run in. So let's say he takes this challenge, you're a little bit closer, L position.
Yeah.
You either, like, the ball can spit out either way, or it can spit out straight in front of you. You clean up.
So that position I'm in there, as he came across from the left, was kind of it, right? That's the kind of L shape you're after.
Yeah. It's just you never really would have caught up after the demo.
Yeah. Got you.
Got a little fake on that. It's nice. So again, you'd want to collect that first boost. So I see you do a little right turn here. We don't want to do that yet.
Okay.
Just keep going straight forward.
Yeah.
As soon as that boost flashes, front flip, and then when you land, you're going to try and face north and do your standard, like, jump and flip into the ball.
Got you.
But again, like, we're getting good, like, we're killing the ball. That's unfortunate. We are killing the ball. It's just it's the cheat that's letting us down here.
Yeah, just a bit of the luck of the draw almost.
Alright. He's going to shoot. Always missed. Good one. And now here would... Okay, I was going to say, if your teammate kept possession there, we would be looking for our position.
Got you.
Fine. Fortunate. Yep. And now we'd be looking for Al. Yeah, pretty decent position here. Nice. And you've got everything covered.
Until now.
So here.
I just panicked a bit seeing him come into my left. I thought I was going to get demoed.
Yeah, what we could probably do here is... one way to put it is you never want to be directly underneath or in front of the ball's path. So here, the ball is going straight to net, and you're rotating underneath the ball like this. And the thing with that is it's like you're always looking directly up. And to be honest, it's it wouldn't be that difficult, but it's the camera that fucks you up.
Yeah.
Because the cameras, the further you try and run away, it's just like the camera's just constantly looking up and up and up, and it makes it difficult. So what we want to do here is just get out of the way. Just make a decision to go left or right, so that you can get that perspective on the ball, and then you can turn and go into it.
Nice.
If you are ever just stuck underneath the ball here, and like you just need to make a decision, what you want to do is you just want to go up and essentially kiss the ball. Like, we don't want to hit it. You just want to get your nose on it and just try and fall with the ball afterwards.
Yeah.
With it like perpetually on your nose like this. Because what we're doing there is we're just always guaranteeing a 50-50. So it's like you get your nose on the ball and you just hold that position, because whoever comes into challenge doesn't get a free shot. They're just always going to ping that off you, and that's that time for your teammate to potentially rotate.
Makes sense.
But the main thing to do would be to just make a decision which direction you want to go and get out of there.
Yeah.
So we can pop that. Nice. So we're going a bit too far back here. So just in terms of that, like staying near to your teammate, we don't want to fall too far away. So this is probably as far as you want to go, even though you haven't got pads. You just want to stay relevant, because you never know what could happen. There could be the easiest kind of like trickle ball that goes over the goal, like over the crossbar, and it's just begging for you to put it in. But if you're not there, you're not there. So it's a matter of just trying to small pad.
Yeah, I'm very, very, and you'll probably see it in some of these replays now, I'm very guilty of going back for the big pads at the back pad. And just feeling like it's my comfort blanket. So yeah, that's a big issue of mine.
Alright, so that's yours, nice. So this would be where you'd try to look for a challenge.
Got you.
So here, you could look for killing Xena. So there's a demo opportunity there. Like, one thing to say is like demos are pretty much the meta.
Nice.
At Grand Champ 1 and 2. So if you can demo someone, do it. Like, you're either going to tilt them and then that's a free game, or you're just going to give your teammate possession at the least.
Yeah.
So he could have died if possible. Good challenge. So I like that you don't actually do anything here. This is actually a good challenge.
Yeah, I
So
think
you
in the
drive
comms
to
I
him,
say
but you
I'm
don't-
going for
you
him.
don't
Yeah.
commit. Yeah, if you commit into that, you leave your teammate in the biggest 1v1 ever.
Yeah.
So I like that. But again, it's in this situation now, you want to think about the demo now. So like you've done that whole thing where you've pushed up, you've forced possession off the opponent because he thought he was going to get challenged or he was scared of the challenge. So this is essentially your teammate's possession. You can help him out a little bit more now by killing Hub.
Okay.
Good push to the left there. That's a good do over. Yeah, that was worth. All right. Yeah, it's fine. You let him play that. He wasn't really going anywhere with it. Good one to slow down. So here we want. So here I want to see some ball cam off. Do you play controller or keyboard and mouse?
Controller.
Controller. So here I'd want some ball cam off,
Yeah.
and I want you looking at that opponent over there, because here you kind of don't see them until like you're having to make the turn to see where they are. I want your ball cam off, and I want you to look over there to see where he is, and then you can make a decision whether you need to go, like whether you can snake up to it like you have, or if this person's like right here jumping up to make a shot and you've just got to do something and put it over there.
Got you.
So I want to see that ball come off, get the information, because to be honest, a good play here would also be if you jump up, just tap it in that direction, and then your
Yeah.
teammate lands and goes with it.
Nice. Yeah. I just took a little bit too long. It just didn't sit. Just wouldn't come down
Yeah,
for
he
me.
does also bump you. Good touch there. Nice. So what I'm going to say for defense as well is here, now that this has happened, don't spend any boost.
Okay.
You don't want to spend boost in defense unless you're like you're sure you're going to make a challenge, or you have no choice but to make a challenge. Example, they're about to take a shot.
Yeah.
So here, the ball is nicely wrapped on the wall. You've got nothing to fear. They can't score this angle. So there's no reason for you to be scared or feel like you need to rush. So here, just drive, because what's going to happen is either Xeno's going to hit it in that direction, which is fine where you're going, or someone's going to come in from this direction and they're going to have to play the wall. And like if you're going slower because you're not spending boost, you're gonna get in the way of that. So we don't need to spend anything. By saving that, it means that when you've got the ball, you've just got that little bit more in the tank.
That's such a
so
good
here
point.
you're spending. You don't need to like here. Use a flip to get where you want to go.
Yeah, that's such a good point. Yeah,
because there you can see you had 44 and you spent it all and you didn't even get a touch.
Yeah, and it shafts me here now basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets over you.
Yeah, that's such a good point. That's such a good example. Nice. I think you just feel like you just have to get there. Like you said, there's no threat with it going back towards.
Yeah, it's stuck on the wall.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. So just get a few more pads and away we go.
Let's go.
Yay!
Let's go.
I think I don't know if you remember, like about a week or so ago, I was asking you about air roll left and right in your stream.
Right,
and that's just one of the things I just, again, as along with speed flip, something I can't do. That whole air roll.
Nice. So
is that the L position there?
Pretty much a decent example of L position, but I want you closer.
Okay.
So for L position, you always kind of want to be like 1/3 of the pitch distance from your teammate. So here, like a good half.
Okay.
So I'm not asking for much. So like instead of here, just like in line with this boost pad.
Okay.
So we're just cutting it a little bit closer because what it's going to do is it's going to make it more difficult to take your shots because you've got less time to react. But it means that if you hit your shot, you're going to be the first to it because being this far back, technically, if Xeno's got 60 boost, when this bounces off the wall, they could just go, no, you're not even having that shot. They'll aerial up and they'll bat it away into this corner. Like one of the things in defence is like, if you can get an aerial and stop an opponent from taking the shot, take the aerial for them and just hit it as hard off your own backboard as you can.
Okay.
Because it's like, they need to score, but all you need to do is miss as good as you can miss. So if that person had boost, they'd take it from you. So I want you just a little bit closer to guarantee this area for yourself.
Okay.
Look, he actually does go. This person's going to try and take the shot from you. If you're a little bit closer, you just cut him out.
Cool.
Nice. Let's get boost. So going a bit too... Yeah, you've turned. That's fine. So here, we'll be looking for that L position because your teammate's just got possession.
Mm-hmm.
So we do go a bit far back, but it's okay-ish. Now, your teammate should be always facing forward for this challenge because essentially your teammate wants to bait a challenge here. The teammate shouldn't be looking to win. If they win, that's fine, but they shouldn't be looking for it. It's gonna be like in chess again. You're the knight in our position. Mm-hmm. They're essentially the pawn. You're gonna send them in because they're like a free life.
Okay.
But
send him to
obviously, Guardian doesn't want to absolutely throw themselves at it. Again, we're looking for those fake challenges.
Got you.
Anything to give the ball up for free. So Guardian's going to go forward to just get BMW to throw the ball up in the air, which you can then go up for. Or like get the 50-50 where the ball spits out and you can collect because we're in this out position.
Got you.
So...
Question for when you're first man and you do want to do like a challenge or something, but the ball is with the say it's like bouncing a little bit for the opposition on the halfway line and you're first man but you're really far back from it, but you're definitely first man, you need to push, but but you know that in the 2 seconds, a second and a half it's going to take you to get to them, they're definitely just going to knock it over you. Should you just be... I get a bit stumped with what to do because I know I'm completely useless at that point. I feel because I know that in the next half a second they're going to go up into the air, and I know for a fact I'm not going to get there for another 2 seconds. So what would you suggest in that scenario if that kind of scenario
Same
makes
as
sense?
the not using boost in defense. So you're gonna go to them, but you're gonna probably do like a flip or a wave dash, anything that kind of like gives you a bit of speed and a bit of presence. Like the flip actually is just like waving your arms, like saying to them like I'm coming for you,
Got you.
and that essentially means you have to go up, you have to do something. Like they definitely are going to do something, but it's a matter of you just saying like out of principle I am coming to you, and then that forces them to make a play. Because if you
Okay.
both don't go, a higher skill player won't knock it up into the air, they'll keep it as a dribble,
Yeah.
and they'll, instead of just sending it to you two in defence, like 1 and 2 back here, they'll hold it on the car, and it's like, why am I going to take a shot back here when I can come all the way up here and now at least flick one of you out of the game?
Yeah.
So you have to go out of principle just to make sure that this is what happens.
Just some
Because
kind
the
of
ball
threat.
goes up in the air, you can again you can come back, rotate, and then your teammate can go up and try and do something about it. We need that. It's out of principle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just because just because you are going forward, you already essentially know that you're beaten. So why commit boost to it?
Yeah, and then would you I know obviously it's circumstantial again, but typically once you say flipped or done a little wave dash to show that threat, would you then just instantly bail out and go back to last man so that Guardian can then go,
No,
or is it
you need to see them do something.
okay?
So like you're just gonna keep showing your presence until that person eventually does something. Because again, the more higher skilled player will call bluffs, anything to keep that dribble. Because in twos, dribble's king.
Yeah.
Like, if you can dribble, you take what's the word? Like territory. It's like you're trying to take territory. You own more of the field,
Okay.
pushing these two players further and further and further back into their own half, and then that's when you literally you just need a quick backboard, and the other person will clean up. So we need to make sure someone goes forward without overcommitting, like just throwing themselves into a challenge, just to make sure something happens to prevent that person having being able to dribble the full course.
Nice.
So here with that pop around, what I'd want here is boost, flip, get up to your teammate into like that 1/3 pitch distance,
Yeah.
and just get like near enough towards your teammate. Because here again, he's got his dribble. This can either pop directly up or out left and right, and essentially, if you're in that 1/3 pitch distance, you're generally going to be the first person to it.
Yeah.
Doesn't always guarantee you a shot; it just guarantees you possession.
Cool.
There it is, and that's yours now. So yeah, I was going to say, don't challenge him hard, and that's free possession there. There you would look for a kill if you can.
Okay.
So again, we're going to look for those. We're going to look to kill someone if possible. So here, yeah, I like the fake challenge. You could just go for the kill because again, killing is meta.
Yeah.
But the main thing is this boost still. That's great. And then you shadow him. Good shadowing because you force him to come into you.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is basically the pawn. Like, so you was the pawn in that situation.
Yeah.
You threw yourself away, but not like literally. You just give up your life to get the ball into the air.
Yeah.
Your teammate will now try and take possession. But now I'd like to see ball cam off
And get
because you're not done yet. Xeno can still die, which guarantees Guardian possession and essentially puts you in a bit of a 2v1 advantage over the other team. Xeno's not done and you're not done either because he tries to come back into play.
Oh, he's so
Try
He's so demoable there as well.
Yeah. Nice. Good touch as well there.
Just
So
couldn't
yeah,
get it to settle.
this is the right play because again, I said like a higher skill player would go for the dribble. You're taking territory up the field. You're taking it as close to their goal as you can.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that would try and do here is one, either get the dribble, get the flick out earlier,
Yeah.
so that you actually have your shot, or if you realise I'm not going to get this flick out, you try and drop your own dribble to get a 50-50.
Got you. Yeah.
Because essentially, if you just carry this endlessly to the opponents, you're essentially teeing the ball up like a golf ball.
Yeah.
And just like shoot it off my head. So you want to try and drop it so that essentially you're going to change your hitbox from being like this to dropping it so that the ball goes forward, and then you've got your nose on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then essentially, again, we come to that L position. You're going to take a 50-50. The ball's going to spit out, and you're going to hope you've got that teammate ready behind you to come into play.
Nice. Yeah, I just couldn't get it to settle quick enough. Just a poor touch here. Went up too high.
You did the right thing, though. This is the right play to go for the dribble.
Okay.
So that it's good to see that you didn't just bang it. It's unfortunate.
And they both...
You've got 20 seconds left here. You don't want to... Okay, you scored. I was going to say, so 20 seconds, you don't need to do anything risky.
Yeah.
Nice.
What I was hoping from this, obviously, and you are doing it already, pointing out stuff, is that hopefully it'd be nice if there's... Because obviously you're a fresh set of eyes, a better player than me. It'd be nice if there's something, 2 or 3 things that just come up on a regular basis, like you keep doing this, you keep doing that, and it's just give me something fresh to work on a little bit.
Yeah, there'll definitely be mechanics that I want you to work on regardless.
Cool. Yeah.
One of the first 2 are going to be your dribbles and flicks, and then I think the other one's going to be a kick-off.
Okay.
But we'll see if anything else comes up. Nice half... what is it?
Half volley.
Half volley, that's it. Yeah. I just kept thinking to myself, half.
It's a half something. Look at the ping there. It's mad.
Yeah. Decent recovery. Here, you'd want to stay on the same side as your teammate.
Okay.
So your teammate's going to be playing right side, so we just want to stay closer to them. So you'd go for the boost that's near to them.
Those whole eight areas again and staying with them.
Kind of just you're leaving your teammate so far upfield.
Yeah.
And it's what we're doing here is like we don't want. The reason we want to always stay in 1/3 here because what's going to happen here is your teammate is essentially in a 2v1.
Yeah.
And they're likely to lose, and then in that situation they're going to be low boost, then these 2 players are going to come at you, and then you're going to be in a 2v1.
Yeah.
And that's again going to be difficult. And in this situation, it's usually always the same play. Once these guys realise they're in a 2v1, the guy who's got the dribble slows down, the other person speeds up, kills you, and then they just walk the ball in. So we need to make sure that we're always trying to be within this 1/3 so that we never get separated and put in these situations.
Cool. It's definitely a recurring theme that as well already, isn't it? Which is good to know.
Okay, so you are last here, so don't hard challenge. So you can challenge this now. Oh, that's over you.
Yeah, it pinged a little bit there again, which kind of threw me a bit.
And you can see it, like this pretty much is an L position. The only thing is distance. So like gold would go up like this, like behind your teammate, because they're just thinking they're going to show up and smack it. Someone that's kind of like diamond champ 1 would run right in the middle because they think they're going to get that immediate pass. But we want to secure that, make sure that this angle to goal is blocked at all times.
Cool.
So in the worst case scenario, if there's a horrible pinch and it shoots right at net, you're right in the way, and you can try and do something about it.
Yeah.
And then when the ball spits out for a 50-50, you can show up. And if you're playing with your teammate and you both know this L position is what you're going for, you're going to play your 50-50s more often to spit out like this.
Got you.
You want your 50-50s to just trickle out to the side.
Yeah.
So it takes out 2 people in the game, but you being in this L position are always the one that shows up and gets this goal.
That's exactly what you said actually. When at the start it spits out and you just boom it in.
Yeah, so it's either an immediate shot for yourself or it's just good possession for the next person.
Yeah.
So like those type of goals are like Grand Champ 1-2 bread and butter.
Cool.
I'm fine with that. Is give away possession there so you can challenge. Nice. So here, I'd want you to go up immediately.
Okay.
So that pops up, goes up like that. You've got 88 boost. So this is the kind of situation in the last game where this person's ready to take a shot. We don't even want them to have a shot. So you would just go up now and you would spank it back down into that corner because it's like it's not the best save, but A shit save is better than a potential shot.
Okay.
The only thing you want to prevent is hitting the wall. You always want to hit the ground first, because like say like if this is the wall, you either get that kind of bounce, where it bounces up and it's really weak, it's close to the wall, prevents a shot, or you want to aim for the ramp if possible. So we're going to hit the ramp and get the ball to do that. That is the best thing you can do in any of these situations, because once they're stuck on the wall, it's kind of just like the only thing you can do is an air dribble now, or like a wall play.
Yeah.
So we want to go for this one or this one. If we hit the wall first and it comes back down, that's just someone is going to get around it and bang, they're just going to take the first shot that they can get, and we don't want that immediate shot. We want to slow down the play by making one of those more difficult balls to go up to. So here again, GC 1 or 2 lobby, Gabriel's going up, he's like 720 spinning and he's putting that in the net.
Okay.
You're going to go up as well to contest him in the air, because Guardian's still around as a goalkeeper, so you can go up for this.
Cool.
And make that save. Decent. So again, we are pushing, but again, 1/3.
Too far back.
Just
Yeah.
want to be a little bit closer. So you would have got to this about now.
Yeah.
Then you've got that little squeak of like that little angle. You're going to get to it probably about here, and this goalkeeper's going to get a little bit more in front of it, and it's just going to make that angle to shoot a little bit skinnier.
Got you.
Yeah, so it's just that little bit of distance we want to try and work on, that 1/3. Good one to go up the wall there.
How did that not demo him?
Nice. You might as well get the boost now, yeah. See, that was kind of okay from your teammate there, because he doesn't bang it. He's just putting it to the side, which makes it difficult for the opponents to deal with it. If he hits this as hard as he can and just does that,
Yeah.
you can already see this person is lined up and he will just bang it,
Yeah.
and you won't get back in time. So this nice slow touch is perfect, and it's the kind of one that I would have wanted from you when I said I wanted to go up previously.
Got you.
So let your teammate go. You can just chill. That's yours. Yep. Nice. So just to put something out here. So in terms of breaking out now, there's a general rule. So we've got like 1, 2, and 1 and 2. You don't consider pushing upfield until you see your teammate get over number 1.
Okay.
So for as long as there's still a potential 50-50 between these two, you don't push up. Because when there is a 50-50, you don't want to have started running upfield just to see the ball wrap around this corner, and then you need to quickly turn around and pray that you get back in time. So you're in this position, you've got decent boost, you're just waiting to see your teammate makes it past one of these people. And then after that, L position. See? And that's why we don't want to push up, because if you started now, like in that diamond position where you're like literally parallel to your teammate, there's now no one in net and you're struggling to get back.
Yeah.
Good touch. There you could potentially look for so here would want some communication. So here you'd probably want to look for a kill,
Okay.
and you'd tell your teammate you're looking for a kill as well, because your teammate is last. They've got to. It's always on them to make a decision: is the shot good enough or not? So like they can't really say, "I took a shot, but you weren't back in time, and we got scored." I was like, "Yeah, but you were last. You shouldn't take a shot if you don't think it's safe." So here you're coming down now. That person's looking super yummy. I want you to kill him. And then you're literally giving your teammate an open net, and that's a better decision to make. It's like, do I shoot the open net, or is it still too risky? With 2 goalkeepers, potentially, it's too risky, in my opinion. So if you can kill one person, or kill this goalkeeper here, You'd essentially just drive into net, try and get that kill, and then wrap, like do like the squishy save where you drive out like that, and then try and get out there as quick as possible, and then you rotate.
Cool. So yeah, there's quite a few demo opportunities I've missed so far, isn't it?
Like it's about being a bit like nasty and just trying to get people where you can.
Yeah.
This is great. This is great. This is great. So there, you just need to jump earlier. This is good. You're not throwing the ball away for no reason. Again, like a lower ranked player would have just gone oof, and they would have sent it. But here you're baiting them in, and this works fine in my opinion, because if he does challenge you here, the ball's either going to spit out in that direction, in terms of like, well, you can do something again, or if it spits out in this direction, your teammate's more than ready to go for it, and then we'll get a 2v1.
Cool.
So this is good. The only thing that we would have wanted to do here is, if you feel like there's going to be a challenge, now you want to try and get your nose behind the ball, so that when there is a 50, it's not just going to go straight over your head.
Cool.
Like that. So yeah, like good idea. We just need to block that 50 a bit more. Nice. So here, there needs to be a decision. This could have been a goal, just straight up. In this situation, someone needs to take charge and just say, go for the demo. Now, that we've just saw that player run off into the side. He's looking for the 100. Me and you've got a 2v1. So one person collects the demo, the other person runs ahead and gets the kill. They don't even have to get the kill. All they need to do is just be a pain in the ass. Just keep swiping at them, nudging them, whatever. Because like even a slow bump in Rocket League is enough to make you lose control of your card. Then they can't do anything. You, with this dribble, you're literally just going to push it along the ground and wait for the open net.
Cool.
So there needs to be like an immediate decision here. We got 2v1. Go and kill him, and you've got a free goal.
Nice.
Good 50. We can't look for a kill there. That's fine. Get some distance. Yeah. Nice. So you can't really do anything here. So I was going to say you can't really do anything here because you're low on boost.
Yeah, he stole it.
You push up for the sake of it here, just to make sure that they're being covered. But you don't. It kind of like in defense. Don't spend any boost right now. You're just pushing up for the sake of it.
Cool. Yeah.
And here, you don't. You need to rotate the full net.
Yeah.
So you rotate in the middle of net here. We need to do that full back post. So like if that's the goal, you need to go. You did that, and it means just like this angle's super difficult. You need to do it back here so that your car enters the goal facing forward immediately. Like you get this awkward turn out of the way rather than in front of the net.
Got you.
Nice, tap that up the wall. Nice. So with this, like this is fine. What you got to do here is just make sure you land wheels first.
Yeah.
We don't want to crash land like this because it's the difference between like landing and immediately getting out of there, or like landing and getting to steal their 100 boost, or having to bounce and not getting their 100 boost.
Got you. Yeah, that's something I've been trying to work on recently because I've realised that I like admire the ball sometimes, like because that was going on goal. I started to admire it, and you think, oh, and then you actually forget you actually need to recover your car in case it doesn't. Too far back.
Yes, but in that situation, you know you're too far back, and like it's risky to try. What we want to think of like is we've realised we're too far back, and part of you will want to fix it. But we've also got to remember, like, we don't want to come in too hot and heavy because then if there is a breakout and it shoots over your head, it's going to be really hard for you to turn around and get back downfield. So it's like we've got to push up for the sake of it, but it is a bit too late now. So we just let them know that like this is where you tell your teammate, I can't get there. It's a 1v1. You're in this for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where your teammate could probably decide, okay, I'm going to I'm going to go ham and I'm going to flip reset and whatever. Or they'll just go, okay, I'm just going to play for a dead 50-50. And that actually gives you time to push up then. Like they could just say, okay, I'll do something to waste time.
Cool.
Dead 50-50 incoming, it might spit out to you.
So it's almost like when you're last man, you're trying to stall for time. It's almost like the reverse of that, but in the attacking positions.
Yeah. So you could go for a demo, that person's free to kill. It's like, that's unfortunate, but this person, like, again, we're not done. You're nearest to the ball, and we want to give our teammate a challenge. We don't just want to walk away from this. So that person can die, or we could just turn here. As long as you're communicating it, you can turn.
Got you.
Threes, it's a bit more awkward because like you're expected to rotate hard in threes, but in twos you can cut that rotation.
Got you.
And in this situation, just what I would do is I would tell my teammate there's going to be a 50. So they'd be looking for like an L position. And here, actually, I wouldn't even really be looking for the 50. You're disguised behind this ball. I'd be looking for the kill. So the moment that they pop that ball up, you come like speeding from underneath it and just bang, they're dead. That's an open net. So if your teammate's actually playing L position, they've got a goal.
That makes sense, yeah.
So pops up, go for the kill.
I went for the demo.
And maybe your teammate can pick up and take an immediate shot.
Oh, he jumped, that's what he did.
Right, so challenge, good kill. That's specifically what we want.
I think that's one of those things. I don't want you too far behind and you're not sure what to do, like I mentioned earlier.
Yes. Here you could push, but you realised in this situation, and then what we've either got to do here is absolutely commit or rotate on.
Okay.
You kind of slow walk towards it because you haven't made a decision yet.
Okay. So it should be all or nothing, really.
Yeah, all or nothing. Yeah, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, not anything in between, which is exactly what I did, and it just didn't do anything. Didn't attack. Didn't defend.
It's like a no man's land. You haven't made a decision. You're getting punished for that.
Yeah. What would you recommend is the best thing to do there? Is it probably better to defend or just go for it?
I would say in that situation, just run at it.
Okay.
Because you could potentially get a block rather than allowing them to have a shot.
Got you.
Like, you're already in a super awkward situation. It's like there's a good chance they're going to score. Good turn there. That's unfortunate. So here we kind of just wanted to get around the player a bit. So here you stay in front of them, but it's kind of bringing back to when I said don't rotate underneath the ball. You're in this person's direct line, and it means they can hold you for longer. In terms of you shadowing, you don't want to be held hostage. You're going to dictate the play. So if I draw a pitch quickly, this person's got the ball and you're directly ahead of them. And then that means they're going to turn and then you have to react. They're going to turn, you have to react.
Got you.
And that's what gets you stuck because you're waiting for him to make a move. And that's why you don't make a decision here. What you want to do is kind of just get to one side of him. So you could make a big rotation here and then be on this side here.
Got you.
So you're offering that path, but then it's just kind of like you're going to be like a bully. And if they try and take, it's like you're constantly going to like do that with your turns. You'll be like, "Ooh, am I going to go?" Like you're constantly making that threat, and they'll either accidentally throw it away, or they'll get to a point when they try and push it, and then you push it, and then it's going to be like you're turning it into that.
Yeah.
You're like shoulder barging them. So it's that like bully. We're going to keep like nudge, like making little turns to make them think, "Oh, he's coming." He might throw it. Or if you see them start to struggle, like they might drop the dribble, or you might notice they've got no boost. That's when you can just go, actually, you're done here, and I'm going to start to push this turn into you. So give him that room. And essentially the way it's going to work is you've got your teammate back here. You're either going to throw it and your teammate collects, or it's going to go into that situation where we're doing this. You're funneling him into a specific place, and then your teammate's going to come around, and it's going to be like a pincer attack. So
Yeah.
whilst you two are locked, your teammate's going to come in and go, actually, bang. And that could be either be an immediate shot, or it could just be possession, one or the other. But the main thing here is get out of his direct line, because he's controlling the play and you're reacting. You want to, again, so get a bit to the side.
Yeah.
This is actually okay because he's got to go this way, but you've got to force it now, and
Yeah.
you're still driving away from him.
I slammed on my brakes there and I lost all my momentum. Okay, yeah, got you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We definitely take those.
Yeah.
I get that mid. Nice. That's a free shot. Nice. That's unfortunate. So here, I'll let you guess. What do you think I want you to do?
Demo.
Yeah. One or the other. So it's like they haven't really got a good position to do anything because they're both retreating. Your demo's not really going to accomplish much apart from you're going to tilt them so much that they just forfeit at this point.
Got you.
Or you're just going to slow them down to the point where it's like you're in a 1v2 now and you're not really going anywhere. So that's why the demo's like, it's just advantageous. We're not going to score, but we're going to piss them off.
Yeah.
In terms of this, like when I'm on stream, I call it like rat. You're going to turn into a rat. No, you're going to waste. You know, like in football, when like the last like 5 minutes of the game, they're already winning. They just kick the ball into the corner and they fuck about wasting those last few minutes. We're going to do that now. We're going to do whatever we can to piss them off, waste time, slow down the game, and be annoying as fuck.
Got you. I like the sound of that.
Nice, he's throwing that away. Nice. Good touch. This is actually okay because essentially what it does is it forces the opponent, like you could go up here, but because you don't commit, it's essentially saying this is where you're taking your shot from, and it's not looking good. So I'm okay with you allowing that because you just turn away.
Cool.
So what we want here is he beats player one, L position. You want to start to push up now.
Cool.
Whereas you hit your brakes, you slow down, and this is what's causing the separation between you both. So that rule, if your teammate beats the opponent's first player, you can move now.
Got you.
Play that into your own corner. Yep, nice. Oh, one more. It's unfortunate. Alright,
Cool.
and we'll do one more. So in this one, we'll probably kind of let this one play out, and we'll just like bring up themes. Like, why is it stuck? Oh, there it is. Is that the right video? Yeah, replay through. So yeah, we'll kind of let this one go through, and we'll just bring up themes just to solidify.
Sounds good.
So your teammates, you don't want to leave him again too much alone. I'm like, it's not terrible, but if we could play off small pads there, it'd be great.
Okay.
I like this. You're taking your time. You're not airing up for no reason. But there, we kind of do want to try and get behind this. We do want to try and push it. Like, he gets a shot for free there.
Okay.
Okay, and we're looking for player one. Okay, now here you wouldn't push up super hard because this isn't looking too good here.
Okay.
Your teammate is still essentially, they could still make another challenge, and that's where you'd ask, can I get another challenge? And you'll just rotate around because you're last now. It's super important that you don't overcommit to something.
Yeah.
What I would suggest here is you ask for a challenge, you turn around, because what might likely happen here is Shix comes in and 50s with you, and then it's an open net on either side of the field, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
They back off, which is Looker. Could go for a demo there. Steal the 100 boost. Nice. Nice. So here, I'll just point it out. It's not going to be too important yet. There's one difference between being Grand Champion and Grand Champion 2, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this L position is, like, how you get into Grand Champion. Then, obviously, like, your speed of play has to increase a little bit. Your decision making in terms of, like, do I go for the challenge, communication, I can't get the challenge, stuff like that. But in my opinion, the main difference between being GC1 and GC2 is how quickly you can get the ball out of your defence and back on attack.
Okay.
And that is generally passing out of defence. So here, good trip up. Now, what you would do here is you would throw yourself, like we say, like we're playing for 1600 GC2 now.
Yeah.
You'd throw yourself into the other corner over there, and then what your teammate would do would bang it over to you in that corner, and then you run out of that corner with possession.
Got you.
That's all. That's the difference between GC1 and GC2. Get out of defence rather than this. Like, it's okay for what it is, but you could get out of defence and on the attack in like 1, maybe 2 seconds in GC2.
Okay.
Well, that's what you'd be expected.
Yeah.
Here, that single player holds possession rather than quickly ping-ponging it, and now almost gives away possession. Yeah. Whereas if he passes to you, you get out of defence with that possession, and there's no challenge.
Got you.
So that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. One day.
Okay, so here, I want some... so that just happens. We shouldn't be looking up like this. You pop this out. This looks awkward. This should be like a ball cam on and off moment, because you want to be constantly reviewing what the other person's doing. We did see them, but your camera's really fucking you over here.
Yeah.
So like, if your camera's still on triangle, I'd want a constant like triangle on, off, on. You're looking up, you're looking down, you're looking up, you're looking down. What is that person doing?
Cool.
And then that's when you're going to make a decision. Or at this one, I could have actually have gone up and just aerialed the ball over him. Or you might see that person's already up. Okay, I've just got to turn away now. Rather than you still jumping up for something that you've been too slow for, and essentially you was too slow to make a decision. So here you just, like, we get lucky, he misses. Yeah. But like, you may have aerialed there where you had already lost because you committed later. So we want that ball cam on, off, on, off.
Got you.
Just because the camera is really fucking you about there, and we just want to get rid of it, or like get around that camera.
Yeah.
And in the situation here, as you're pushing the ball, again, I'd want ball cam off, and I'd want you to take a quick look to the right to see if you've got time to go immediately towards that net. If you don't have time, so like if someone's already like halfway to making that push, then you'd think of a different play. Like maybe you want to take it up the wall, try and air dribble over them, or wrap it around the wall to just drop over the crossbar, something like that. But we want to see some of that ball cam on and off.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So like during that, the player shows up now, but you would have seen that earlier.
Yes.
It's just that little thing.
Yeah.
And here, mainly the player one is I just want you to flick him.
And I do.
Yeah. Nice.
One of the problems I've had with the Dominus, and I'm trying to learn it in the last week or two now, is just the insane height that you get with the Dominus.
Yeah. Nice shot.
I just flick the ball over the crossbar so often.
So this was good position. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But this was decent positioning here. So like your teammate's pushing up, you're about a third, your teammate's got the challenge, and if you can push this out, it comes towards you. But we get a Fields backflip, and oh, you actually save it. All right. Nice. So here you can't go for the boost.
Okay. Yeah.
So there you take that shot, and the opponent immediately saves it, and it saves in the opposite direction to you. So if he saved it in that direction into the corner, fine, carry on going, because it'll be that whole situation of I'm going to take you 100 boost, and I'm going to slow down and make sure you don't get to run out of the corner like super fast.
Yeah.
But because the person saves in the opposite direction, you cannot go over here now. You either have to go straight back down the middle to kind of like give that that handover to your teammate, like I'm rotating, or you go into the left corner with him, and you give that challenge, or you continue to be a pain in the ass and just slow him down.
Got you.
You could potentially steal the 100 boost in this corner. You just have to follow them. You can't leave them, because essentially what could happen here is like in the last game when I said you had that 2v1. If you run all the way into that corner, it's going to take you longer to get into that corner and come back than it's going to take for this person to get on attack, and then the other two players or the opponents clock on. Oh, we've got a 2v1 here. You go for the demo, I'll just walk it in.
Yeah, I have 75 boost anyway.
It's essentially breaking that 1/3 pitch distance.
Yeah. I actually remember in this game I said, why am I going for this far boost? I actually remember saying it literally as I'm coming down this line. I'm like, why did I go for that? I didn't need it at all.
Good decision. Nice, good decision.
That's probably that moment I was talking about earlier where I know he's hitting this over me 100%, and I know I can't get up to beat him. It's like, yeah, so this is that moment. Exactly this moment I was talking about.
But yeah, if you didn't go for this, a high level player would have took this into a dribble, and then would have started dribbling at the two of you.
Okay.
They would have tried to get a flick over two players, or get a double commit. So it's good that you push up and then you don't challenge, because essentially now that's saying this is like you force this player essentially to like take a 2 or 3/4 distance shot.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, decent. Like you can probably bang it, but my teammate's got 3 seconds to react, and they're gonna put it to the side. It's not really a threat. So that's a good play there. Nice, good fake. So you're not done there. What we could do here is turn around, and you could either look for a bump on Shix, or you could look for a bump on the opponent, and then your teammate can just chill. Like, this is fine, but we should try and consider, can I still do something?
Okay.
Like, can I... Because if you can run in here, get the demo, your teammate just gets to take possession, essentially.
Yeah.
That's why we don't just want to auto-rotate. We want to think about, is it worth staying involved?
Okay.
Good turn. Nice touch there. Again, like before, if we can wait and try and bait someone in, that would be good. So good pop-up here. You avoid it. Now, what I would do is I'd turn ball cam off.
Okay.
And I would start to walk upfield. And essentially, it's kind of like when it says, like, ball come on, off, on, off, on, off. Like, it doesn't have to be constantly quick, but you want to take a look up, just so you know where the ball is. Take a look up. What's he doing? Where's he going? Is he positioning back post to make a save? Or does it look like he's just going to stop on the spot and jump up? You're looking for that, basically. Get a read on the opponent so you can make a shot that's based on how they're positioning, rather than just taking a shot based on the touch that you made 2 seconds ago.
Right, yeah.
So you'd pop this up, and this person's just jumped up. This is when you'd want to start to jump up as well now.
Okay.
You don't need to beat them by 3 seconds. You just need to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what I mean? That it's that fine. You don't need to be like, I'm all the way up here while you're still down there. It literally just needs to be that, to get the ball to go over them and like backboard and down, and your teammate can finish up there. So you have that time to wait. So here you try and get a challenge. This is really a situation where you'd say to your teammate, like your teammate would say, "Can I get a challenge?" And you would say, "I cannot."
Yeah.
You are on your own now.
You're fucked.
What would change now is you tell your teammate, "I can't make that challenge for you, but there's one thing that I can do, and it involves them. We're gonna kill them."
Okay.
Because essentially they're gonna be L shaping, and you know what I mean, they're gonna be looking for that 50-50 to come out, and like, or maybe a backboard or whatever. He's gonna want to show up on it. When the challenge happens, you're gonna swoop in and try and kill him just before he takes that shot, because it's going to be like, you're going to be giving them the false hope. There's going to be that good 50-50, it's going to spit out, and they're going to be like, it's an open net. No, bang.
Yeah.
And that's when your teammate steps in and tries to take the shot. Because it's like, if it looks good, this person will leave, essentially. Like, they'll think, oh, this is a goal. I'm going to start collecting boost, or I'm going to celebrate early. you get that demo at the last second, and you catch them all off guard, and your teammate just has to hit it.
Nice.
So I'd want to see that, like, looking to the left, keeping that person in your mind. So you're just gonna look to the left. Where is a? Because the moment that he thinks about swooping in, nah, you're dead.
Yeah.
Because you've always kept a good distance close to him or something like that.
Cool.
Yeah, you was right to get in his way again then, because your teammate didn't need to make a save. Good rotation, nice. Good touch, nice. Is that in?
He flaps it. I feel like this guy saves this. I feel like he gets his car to the ball, but...
So you do kind of give up a little bit early here, and this is like what I was saying, like when it looks good, people give up, and that's when you catch them off guard.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
I feel like he's got that. Is there contact there?
Yeah, I do feel like he's got contact there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ball actually gets bigger.
Yeah, I did. I said on when we were in the game, I thought, oh, I'd be fuming if I was him. I feel like he's got to that before the whole thing's crossed the line. I wish I had it on the actual. Oh, it's so close.
Out there.
Is there a contact mark, like a impact spark?
No, but look where the ball is now. And it comes back out.
Yeah, you can see the Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we actually say so. That's just server lag that got you the goal. That's Rocket League.
We take those.
Yeah. We gotta.
He does well to get back.
So it goes up. That's free. Nice. So here, you did the right thing. You didn't hit the ball away for free. You're just looking for the 50. I'll show you after this. Like, there's a specific way we want to try and get dead 50s.
Okay.
Well, it's a good pass between them. Doesn't work out though. It's good positioning. Free ball for you. So that's our position in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
You're not too close. You're not too far. It comes out perfectly for you. You could take a shot, or you could take possession.
Cool.
Personally, in my opinion here, I just hit it up into the air, and again, we're going to do that kind of thing where you've tapped it up, look at the ball, look at the opponent, look at the ball, look at the opponent,
yeah.
And as soon as you see them start to try and react, you'll react. Like you're just about beating them.
Yeah.
Good touch there, though. Nice reaction there. Good comes. That was good. That was good there. So like,
was that alright? I kind of thought I wasn't sure
really
about that. I thought I don't know. Yeah.
So like here, you could have gone up. Like this is where you could have gone up and just made a touch on the ball, but like you recognised it wasn't really working, so you walk away from it. So it both kind of works. It's a far distance shot. Like if that was like near your goal area, yeah, you've got to go up.
Okay.
But because you're sitting around the halfway line, it's a far distance shot. You're not really gonna test the goalkeeper from back there. So it was a good you called his bluff essentially.
So you're basically just playing the percentage game of I just don't think you'll score that. Yeah, and if you do, hats off to you sort of thing. I get really awkward at it.
Yeah, so there again, you just need to make the decision. You do the right thing to go on the wall, but you just need to get onto the wall because you're stuck on the ramp here.
Yeah, the thing that what threw me is it bounces off the lip. So I thought it was going to go up the wall, and all of a sudden it bounces off the lip, and I was like, oh god, throw me. And it sent me.
I'd say commit to just getting up the wall because you need to get off that ramp.
Got you.
That ramp's like dead zone. Like
Got you.
You can't do anything on the ramp.
Yeah. And I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's teased you there. That's unfortunate. So we would play for small pads here. Like it's fine for you to go for that. You look at your teammate, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, that's good. You're reviewing the game, but I wouldn't go further into my own corner now. I'd be looking for pads in the middle. Just get yourself to around about 50 boost.
Yeah.
Don't need 100.
Yeah, that's my safety blanket thing I keep doing.
So here, I wouldn't throw this away because again, it's like you're so far away from net.
Yeah.
Your goal's not really, or your shot's not really going to mean anything. What I do is I just let the ball float, and again, it comes back to that: can I get a reaction? Can I get them to commit to doing something? And then, as soon as you see a commitment, you're always first because you are the nearest to the ball at the minute. Even if it just turns out to be a shit 50-50 on the floor, that's fine because our position could help us out there. But it's like that is a super far distance shot, and also you're baiting your own teammate to commit.
Okay.
Problem with this is like you're now stuck in this play. You're committed. You cannot recover. You can boost down to the ground and not recover quicker, but you have to recover. And now your teammate essentially can't go for this ball because if they do, that's a double commit because two people are committed into the play at once.
Yeah.
So essentially, the only thing your teammate should reasonably do right now is rotate around like that, in case like they take an immediate shot. But what's usually going to happen is your teammate's going to try and get involved, and it's a double commit.
Got you.
So your teammate does jump up, and you can see 2 players versus 1. This person only needs 1 decent touch, and they've still got another person on the field that can react as well.
Yeah.
So in that situation, it's like if you throw the ball, your teammate needs to know that they cannot go. Or I'd just say don't throw the ball if you don't need to. Try and stay close to it and see if you can get someone to jump up to you.
Cool.
Your last year, I was going to say, you can't go for that yet. Oh, unfortunate. Okay, look for a bump up. You know, again, there. That person's just begging to be hit. You don't even have to kill them. You could just drive up to them, front flip into them, and you'll see them off to the side. You'll throw them into the ramp, and that's enough to make some people panic because they'll realise, oh, shit, there's an open net at the minute, and that might be enough for them to communicate and tell the other teammate, you can't do anything at the minute because there's an open net. If this goes to shit, it's a goal. So you just want to hit him whilst you're there. While he's there, just hit him.
Got you.
If you get a kill, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
You did the right thing there. You did the right thing to play. Because you're in a 2v1 and you've got low boost. So you did the right thing to try and close down the angle.
Okay.
Like if you had sat on the goal line, you would have been sitting on the goal line with 20, 30 boost. It would have been difficult. And who's to say that they would have slowed down the play and the other person just hits you.
Smacks me, yeah.
So you did the right thing to keep moving. It's just like you're in the situation where it's like, I'm getting scored on, but I'll see what I can do.
I'll go help swinging.
Yeah, yeah. So this is what I like there. You don't hit it away because you don't. There's no need to. You just hold possession.
Got you.
And he wins, so he can push up now. You didn't need that 100 boost. You're on, like you're on 60. Well, you're on 90.
90.
Now. You didn't need that 100 boost. Here, you're already in L position.
Yeah.
You can just go up with your teammate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I was gonna say you've got to go up for that. That's fine because you force him to take the shot over. There we go. So we just want to see a little bit more ball cam on, ball cam off, or using your right analog stick to look around. So when that happens there, I'd want to see you looking around. Where's the opponent?
Okay.
Where have I got to get to if I need to make a demo? And then that's where you can start to try and recover in a specific direction.
Okay.
So here you'd land, your first thoughts now are, I can't give my teammate a challenge, but I can kill the striker. So I can't kill possession, but I can kill the striker. If you can kill that person, essentially this just boils down to a 50-50 on the wall between your teammate and the opponent. They're not scoring. So if you can land, use your ball cam off or just use your right analog stick to look where's that opponent and then look for that demo.
Cool.
So there he is. And what's going to happen, this always happens, is this person's going to bring it round. This person is going to come to an absolute standstill because they're waiting for that to throw and they want a perfect read on it. So they're going to literally stop to get that read. That is your perfect moment to just hit him.
I really hope I demo him now. I don't know if I do or not. Oh, I flip. Oh no, I bump him. It'll do.
That doesn't matter if it beats your goalkeeper or not because you've removed the striker.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important. It's like, I can't give you the challenge, but I can give you the kill.
Yeah.
And now here, your teammate has kind of got the breakaway. You'd be looking for another hit. Like, so look around now. Can anyone get back in time to get in the way to make this save? Just tell your teammate, just go for, like, walk it in, dribble it in, and then you would solely focus on getting boost and stopping the next player to get into net. So, like, we saw someone land over here. They're probably going to try and make their way, and what you would do is you would go into an angle that literally just, like, forces them to sit in the back post.
Okay.
Whilst your teammate tries to walk it front post.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do that specifically. You're looking for him. He makes a good save, but that was the play. That was definitely the play.
I think this game's the one where heartbreak happens. Ah, no!
Oh no, it's unfortunate.
I guess we deserved it after the ghost goal from the other one.
Maybe. I think that like getting that demo at the end would have been your last chance.
Yeah.
Or like the chance that was begging to be scored. So if I go into game, so there's just a few things that I'll try and show you. So so we want to find that angled kickoff. So first one for the angled kickoff. So what you're doing is you're driving like that. You're getting straight into the ball and you're going towards it like. Well, you're not flipping. You're just going straight towards it like that.
Yeah.
What I want to see is don't turn that angle yet. I want you to go directly straight over there. So if you're going to go towards the ball, you're going to boost towards that front boost, and then you're going to stop and you're going to go like that. And then in this small space, you're going to try and get as north as you can.
Okay.
Essentially trying to take a shot.
Yeah.
So if you speed it up, go like that, and like if the ball wasn't bouncing, that'd be great. Wait for that to stop. Yeah, so like that, and then turn into it like that.
Got you.
And that's just gonna help, like prevent the ball from going behind you. That's essentially the goal kick or the kick-off that Scrub Killer formulated and made him #1 in the world for like 3 seasons in a row, because everyone kept thinking like, how's he getting the ball around me? And it's because everyone was doing that kick-off, but Scrub was just doing that kick-off.
Got you.
And he dominated for seasons, like for ages. So that's what you want to do with your kick-off, get that in. I do have a speed flip article. I'll see if I can find the link.
Nice.
But apart from that, the main thing I want you to work on is your dribble and flicks.
Okay.
So, do I have things in my history? See dribbling, so that's pick that code.
You've had a couple in the featured packs, haven't you? I remember
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I think it's my flip reset one in there at the minute. So
Nice.
dribbling is the main thing that you're looking to improve, because essentially dribbling is taking territory and being that frontman player. Do you know where it says like it's that 1v1 plus 1?
Yeah.
By doing that, instead of you guys working as a team constantly, you're also giving each other opportunities to improve, because you're throwing each other into a situation like, dude, you're in a 1v1, go and fucking do it. Like, I want to see you do it. I want to see you improve, go nuts. So that's why we want to have dribbles, so that we can go nuts in those situations. We can control the ball on the pitch, weave in and out of people or around people, and flick them as well.
Cool.
So this training pack is essentially just like, it's the basics. Like, it's going to just like get the ball on your head and just like practice walking with it. And it just gets progressively further and further back. You're just controlling your speed and making sure you keep it on your head. and then it starts to go into things like having to do turns and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like here it pops up, and you have to get underneath it. It's like it starts off really simple, but it's because I've aimed this pack for everyone. So again, and like this is where you're going to start to have to walk the entire pitch with this dribble. So this is where you can imagine you've got your teammate behind you in L position, and you're just walking the ball up. You want to be able to walk that ball up essentially.
Okay.
Catching, so not letting the ball bounce. You're just immediately going to get the ball on your head. And again, it's like we're going to be walking the entire pitch, or walking the distance. So this is where you catch the ball, start to boost forward, teammates in L position behind you, we'll see what happens.
Cool.
Here, just trying to like whip it up, like chip it up by the side of your car, and then we start to have to make turns here. So it's getting used to being able to turn with the ball on your head, so we get to the side of the circle, so that we can push it to the side. Bigger turns.
Is with getting the ball to settle, is that just a case of matching the speed of the ball with your car? Is that the reason?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you're going faster or slower, or if you're going slower, the ball's going to roll off your car. If you're going faster, the ball's going to like jolt on top of your car, and it's not going to settle. So it's going to. Oh, that one went above me, but I just want to let it bounce, and then like just I don't want to move too quickly. I want to give the ball a chance to stop on my car.
Okay.
And the moment that it stops, that's when I want to bring in the speed again.
Okay.
It's like give it the chance to settle, then immediately move it. It's like bounce, and then once it's settled, I'm just going to keep moving. But honestly, I this training pack myself, when I first hit Grand Champion 1 in 2s and 3s, I was still Diamond 1 in 1v1s.
Okay.
So I made myself this training pack to specifically practice my ones.
Yeah.
And then in about 3 or 4 weeks of playing this daily, I went up to Champion 2.
Oh wow.
Because it was, you can imagine in 1v1s, it's even more dribbles because it's holding possession.
Yeah.
So it was just teaching myself to pop up, catch, and like turn, do whatever I need to do. Like that's 1v1s basically.
Yeah.
But it all stems from that dribble control. So I'm just forcing you into situations where you have to chip it, hold it on your head, and to be honest, with this training pack, just walk them all in like that. So once you catch the ball, catch it, and I just want you to force yourself to have to do the entire pitch walk, because that's showing that you've got like endurance with your dribbles. You can go that extra distance rather than you getting the ball and just banging it.
Yeah.
You'll prove to yourself that, oh no, I can get possession and I can actually hold it rather than throwing it away. Do you know what I mean? So you're building up that skill of being able to do the full course.
Got you.
So this is just like a load of different weird angles. You start getting weird bounces, stuff like this. So the ball's bouncing off the wall. Again, it's going to bounce off the wall, and we're going to try and time it so we get the catch into the turn. A lot of these just look similar, but from like different areas of the pitch, and it's just like to practice your angle that you're turning into the ball, the speed that you've got to control it, and then how far you've got to run with it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like you can see here, I'm getting like really awkward bounces to the side, and that's like to try and simulate an in-game situation.
Yeah.
You're not always going to get that perfect pop.
No.
It's going to piss off to the side. You're going to be like, oh shit, I need to recover that and get to it. Now I need to walk the distance of the pitch. So I'm forcing you into those situations. Like this one here, ball just pops off you like in defence, and you've still got to try and control that.
Yeah.
This one, it's running away from you. This one's like getting ahead of it and power sliding into it to get it onto the top of the car.
Yeah.
Same here. I'm going to power slide all the way around it and then pop it back up. That's like an immediate counter attack.
Nice.
These ones where the ball's on the wall, we're not doing an air dribble. We're taking it off the wall into a dribble. So we're just going to pop it off and take it into a dribble. Because in these situations, say like if you're in defence and this is like, you're like this, the opponents are thinking that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You're just going to hoof it and see it off. Where in a game, what you can start doing now is running and going, actually, no, I'm going to keep this. And they've already backed off, so you've actually got room to do what you want now.
Cool.
So it's kind of just like a bit of a fake. Like you think I'm going to smash it free, but I'm not. I'm going to keep my possession.
Nice.
These ones here, it's going to start off with just a jump. So you're going to pop it, and then you're going to catch it. So I specifically want you to practice that going up and realizing you need to get down, and you're going to boost down to get underneath that, because you can imagine a situation here. You know, we're saying like you've popped the ball up into the air, and you're going to be looking at the opponent like, what's he doing? Where's the ball? What's he doing? Where's he going? You're going to go up, then you're going to beat him, and then you're going to think, actually, I just want this into another dribble. I'm just going to control it, and it's going to get higher as well. So you're going to go up, tap it, get back down to the ground, and get that catch. So again, it's combining different things like your air dribbles or your ability to beat someone in the air, and then immediately go, I want a ground dribble, because that's king in twos. Ground dribbles are like massive.
Yeah.
Again, just like another full pitch distance thing, but again, and this is going to go up the wall. We're not going to hoof it. We're going to tap it, and we're going to catch it. Everything's a dribble. That's what I want you to try and keep in mind. Everything can be a dribble. It's just a matter of, are you under pressure, or are they about to take a shot?
Okay.
Awkward angle, but yeah, just
the flicks that you're doing. Are they is that your 45-degree flick you're doing there?
Yeah, there's a few. That was going to be the next part that I went into.
Cool.
So like the first part of the training pack is kind of just like getting used to these catches, picking the ball up, and then walking it in.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 3 levels to this training pack essentially. So the first level is, or like the first stage is doing the entire thing, walking the ball full pitch distance. I don't want you to throw it. I don't want you to shoot it. I want you to pop it up, catch it, and prove that you can walk the full pitch without dropping it. So this is like, this is stage 1.
Yeah.
So what I'll do now is I'll go through to the start, and now I'll go back a little bit. There's 3 type of flicks that you need in twos, and they're not shooting flicks. Your flicks in twos now, like, I want you to erase what you know about shooting with flicks. Mm-hmm. Your flicks aren't designed to score. They're designed to beat someone. So flicking over someone in order to hit a backboard, or just get around them. So there's 3 types of flicks. There's a straightforward flip. So it's just like straightforward, like your car just goes like that.
Yeah.
There's a slight diagonal one where you'll jump and you'll go like, your 2 wheels will go like in line with the ball, and then you'll diagonal flick through it. So say if I've got the ball on my head, I'll jump and I'll flick like that, just to make it a little bit of diagonal. And then there is a side flick like that. So you're going to turn your car 90 degrees and flip to the side. So front, like straight on. Well, I'll just show you. So there's front like that.
Yeah.
Then a little side on, where you can see I'm turning my car a little bit to the side.
Yeah.
And the reason we're doing that is because if I turn my car to the side like that, technically I'm using the full length of the hitbox from corner to corner, not nose to end, corner to corner.
Yeah.
It's slightly bigger. It's minor, but it's technically bigger, and that means you get a bigger whip on the ball. So we're just going to use that extra, so like the power that are generated from that. It's that little difference, and then, as I said, the side on like that. But with the side on, you can either like go sideways and side flip in the direction you want to shoot it, or just side flip like that.
Okay.
But the main thing that you'll notice here is my flicks aren't devastating. They're little flicks. Do you know what I mean? They're
so you're
not
trying
going
to keep
far.
possession still.
They're just enough to pop it up like that. And that's why I said they're to beat people.
Yeah.
So when you're that first man, your 2 things are either you're going to play for a dead 50-50 or you're going to flick. And like I saw you like in your games, there were a couple of times when you had dribbles but you got challenged early. That's your time to flick that we need to improve.
Cool.
How quickly can you catch the ball and flick it? So you're going to drive into the ball, get comfortable with these flicks to begin with, like don't throw it straight away, but I want you to practice just flicking the ball like that and then catching it again.
Cool.
So we'll do that diagonal flick, and then we're going to try and get under it and catch it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do the last one where a side flip, and then you want to get under it. So everything, again, is a dribble. Even though you flick the ball, it's still a dribble.
Got you.
So look at that, flick it up, get under it again. And you essentially want to go through this entire training pack now, where you get the ball, you flick it into a direction, and then as I said, you catch it, and then you walk it into the net.
Yeah.
So that's stage 2.
Are you just keeping that close by? Just I guess you're just not boosting, right? You're just doing minimal kind of force through it.
I'm just keeping it weak. I'm just keeping it weak at the minute.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure that I can flick these balls up and I can catch them.
Keep hold of it.
Nothing massive. It's more so just like mastering these weak flicks.
Yeah.
Like we'll get quicker as we get better.
Yeah.
And then stage 3 is just an extension. This is where you kind of, it says like you're telling your teammate to go forth and wreck the other team, and I'm essentially just back up in the L position.
Yeah.
Essentially, we're going to ask if you can flick 2 players. So you're going to get the ball, you're going to flick 1 player, you're going to catch it, and then you're going to flick the other player.
Okay.
That works in GC 1 and 2. You get opportunities where you can flick 2 players in quick succession like that. Flick 1, get the ball, flick the other. That was kind of scuffed, but like you can flick 1, catch the ball, flick the other.
Yeah.
And we're just going to improve on that. So I've got 1, and then flick over the other like that.
Got you.
And this is where we're going back to that time to flick. How quickly can you get the ball on your head, flick 1 player, get it on your head, flick the other player? And you're going to take 2 people out of the game by doing this. Even if you can't, you can potentially take a shot, or you can flick 1 person and then go dead 50-50.
Yeah.
And they're just going to try and get a 50 that spits out to my friend. They're in L position, easiest goal of their life.
Yeah.
And you could kind of see now if everything's coming around, like in terms of like the basic mechanics that we need to match this play style that just allows you to pick up essentially shit goals, but who's counting? Like we just want to win.
Yeah.
So level 1, walk them in. Level 2, just try and get 1 flick, and then walk it.
Yeah.
And then level 3, you're gonna combine different flicks to flick. If I can actually get one, 1 flick, take your time, catch it, and then just try and get another flick in.
Okay.
You don't have to score. Just like we're just practicing it.
Yeah.
So that's like level 3. There is a level 4, but that's where I start to tell people to start air dribbling with it.
Okay.
But we don't need to focus on that yet. We want the flicks. They're more important.
Okay.
So the main things you want to focus on is that essential kickoff, and then just before you play ranked with your friend, come into training and spend half hour doing that.
Okay.
Or you can just do it in free play, where you run around essentially just flicking.
Yep.
So like get possession of the ball, pick it up, and then just see if, like how many like flicks you can chain. 1 flick into a dribble, into another flick, into a dribble. We're just going to see how long we can do this for in training.
Okay, yeah. Got you.
Because it's essentially your time to flick, how quickly you can do something, flick someone out, get possession, flick the next person out. And to be honest, you might get a chance in game where you flick 2 people out and you're like, I'm going to walk it in there because I've done both players.
Yeah.
And like that happens a lot more than you think. Like, because like, I'm telling you these things like you're playing in 1/3 pitch difference. Like, do you know, like when we was going over replays and it's like, I said, like there's a situation where there's a 2v1 and then you're all the way back on the other side of the pitch.
Yeah.
That is a perfect moment where you'll flick 1 player, then you've got the entire length of the pitch to catch the ball again, walk with it, and then flick the next player.
Yeah.
So it definitely happens. It's not something like a rare opportunity, like a rare chance that you'll need this. It happens all the time, especially around C2 and C3 because people haven't really got a game plan. Like people are thinking it's all mechanics based, but honestly, it's just can you dribble? Can you do basic flicks? Can you catch?
Got you.
That is the bread and butter of first man. And then second man, as I've said, is just clean up. And the last thing that I'll say is your dead 50-50s. So never take your 50-50s just by doing that. Never just jump into it.
Mm-hmm.
You've got so much more that you can put into a 50-50 that makes it better for you. So the first one's a dead 50-50, so it's like essentially by dead it means we want to kill it in its spot.
Okay.
And that's good for when you want to waste time or you know your teammates in our position. So you're looking for a dead 50-50. And all you're going to do is single jump so that your hitbox matches the middle of the ball. That's all we want. And
Cool.
You're just going to go like that.
Yeah.
The reason we're doing that is, again, well, as I said, you're matching the hitbox. And look at my recovery. I'm straight back in the game.
Yeah.
I'm not front flipping and having to wait to land. I'm not barrel rolling off in some other direction because like I went like that through the 50 and now I'm not there. I'm just doing that. Now I'm back in the game again. I can go for another 50 and I'm straight back in. There are times like in defence when you need to just throw yourself into it. I get that, but it's just like if you're just pushing upfield, teammate or an opponent's about to challenge you, just do that and match the middle of the ball.
Do you boost through it at all, or?
Sorry.
So do you boost through the ball when you do that at all, or are you literally just single jump and your car stays on the spot?
You single jump. You can put boost through it. You just want your speed to kind of like match the opponent's energy.
Okay.
So like you can go slower, but if they're absolutely throwing the kitchen sink at you, they'll probably win, just because they're making it more volatile.
Yeah.
So you could put a bit more into it like that. But the main thing is you just wanna jump into it and make sure that you come even with the ball, and just do that.
Yeah.
The other one is, can you flip cancel? This is when you do
yes,
that.
Yeah.
So you front flip and you immediately pull back on your analog stick to like prevent yourself from doing the front flip. If you can do that, that's also something you do on your 50-50s, where you'll try and don't do this on kickoffs, but you'll essentially come into a ball and you'll go and you'll try and keep your nose up, because in some situations you can follow up and get like a chained 50-50, so it's like you'll hold your car like that. See how my car always stayed behind the ball there?
Yeah.
It's just like you're going into a 50, you're pushing it to them, and you're still holding it. So if they hit it back at you, you're just going to hit them again.
Okay.
It's like chained 50-50s in a sense.
Nice.
More difficult to pull off, but it's just like never just like don't always just throw yourself into 50s like that. You either want to slow 50 it or try and flip cancel into it so that you stay relevant to it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, like essentially they're the mechanics that you want to adopt. Dead 50s, like so the basic dead 50 to begin with. Again, not on kickoff, just when you like in defense.
Yeah.
And so like someone's running at you, we're not spending any boost, pop, and you might just get to run away like that then.
Nice.
Again, the kickoff, straight, and then turn into it to go north, and then flip through it. And then, your dribbles and flicks, I'll send you that training pack.
Nice.
And you just want to get these flicks that you can chain. If you accidentally bounce, don't worry, let it bounce, then catch it. Like, if you need to do that, fine. But you want to push yourself to be able to chain multiple flicks like this. And again, it's a standard front flip, a diagonal flip that puts like the length of the car like that.
Yeah.
Or a side flick like that.
Cool.
And that is, and again, remove what you know about trying to score with your flicks. You just want to beat someone. If you can beat them, you'll either give yourself like an open net to finish off.
Yeah.
Like if I do an example, like I've got one person in the net. I flick it up like that. The teammate comes in and rams that in the net. That's all I want. Because if I flick this up, the opponent's going to think about going for it. So it just helps you getting people to commit and taking them out of the game. So
sounds good.
I hope this. Well, it should help.
Mate. That's
send your teammate, send your friend the video as well, so he knows what L position is. So he knows about giving each other challenges, not spending boost in defense when you don't need to, stuff like that. And demos, demo anyone that crosses your path. If someone looks like they can be demoed, demo them, or at least bump them, just like hit them, because it'll piss them off, or it'll push them out of the position. It'll make them struggle, or panic, and that's what we want.
Yeah, do you know what? I thought I always kind of looked for demos, but once you've pointed, that's why I say it's been nice to have a fresh set of eyes on it. There's actually even more opportunities that are there that I'm not seeing. So even though I feel like I'm going for 4 bumps and demos, there's even more available in the match than I realised.
Yeah. It's more so like as you get higher and higher, demos are more your own responsibility. So it's like in GC2, if like someone demos me mid game, I don't think dirty bastard. It's fuck, how unaware was I in that situation?
Yeah.
Like, I should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
And that's how, like, you have to think about so many more positions where they'll potentially demo you. So the more that you start to demo, the more you have to be aware they're going to do it straight back to you.
Yeah, so you become better at it
in
from
general,
the other side as
it
well.
can help you get good 2v1 situations.
Nice shot. Dirty shot.
Help you get some 2v1 situations, or some tilt. And you might just get a free win.
Yeah.
Just because you demoed someone when there was 2 minutes left.
Got you.
I'll leave it there for now. But if you want to talk again in a week or two, just to go over something, feel free to message me. Or if you find me on stream, feel free to talk to me there, and I'll go over whatever.
Mate, 100%. No, I really appreciate it. I'll just start applying some of these things, and then just see how I'm getting on.
Yeah.
Ping me your details as well. Ping them over, and I'll get that over to you tonight as well. Your bank details.
Awesome.
I can ping that over as soon as
just
possible.
be PayPal if you've got that.
Of course.
The easiest.
No, 100%.
Awesome then,
I think I'm playing with Luke tonight. Actually, a bit of Fortnite or Rocket League. Actually,
class. What rank's Luke?
He plays. There's 4 of us that all play in a group together. Me and Piers, who's Guardian, and then Luke plays with our mate Sam. And oh god, a load of bucks have just fallen off the side. And so Luke and Sam are currently. Well, they finished last season Diamond 1, Div 3. I think that's where they ended up. But then with the MMR. They dropped, didn't it, quite significantly?
Oh, yeah, they took like 400 off everyone.
Yeah,
They
insane.
said they're fixing it, but I don't know how.
Okay, yeah. So I think right now they're Plat 3, Div 4. I think that's where he's at.
Oh,
yeah.
That's gotta be so disheartening.
It's
to be honest,
horrible.
like the mechanics that I'm going over here probably won't match their level.
Yeah.
Like dribbling and flicks. The dead 50-50s probably will, so it might be something to teach Luke in terms of like when you get a 50-50, just do that.
Yeah.
The kickoff will as well, because as I said, Scrub did it for like 3 or 4 seasons in a row,
Yeah.
and it just took him to the top. Like Scrub's first 4 seasons in this game was just kick off, bang, the ball spat out 45 degrees, bounced off this wall, came back in, and he just went,
Easy
and he won
peasy.
all of his games like 10-0,
Wow.
or even higher than that.
Yeah.
So like the kickoffs were, so that would be worth Luke learning. The dead 50-50s would, and L position in general would be worth learning because it's just good. Safe practice,
Yeah,
but in
100%.
terms of the mechanics, that's more C2, C3.
Yeah. I mean, I said to him, like, the lot of the stuff that goes on at their rank is a case of just letting the other teammate fuck up and just fly and be monkeys at stuff, and then you just pick up the
literally,
pieces, basically. They fuck up, and
calling
then
the
you
bluff and letting them fuck themselves
that's
over.
it. Let them fly around everywhere like Muppets, thinking they're GCs, basically.
Yeah.
But they've done really well.
Yeah,
They've moved up the ranks a lot. They're doing really well. So I think him and Sam will probably move up to D2, D3 over the next couple of seasons, which would be nice.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
If he plays L position, he'll go up even quicker because
Yeah.
it's just safe.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, mate, massively appreciate it. Really helpful.
No problem, mate.
Fingers crossed this season I'll get
looking forward to
GC
it.
and
You
I'll.
say you got GC in the next week.
That's it. That would be nice. I think we finished. Where are we? When we did a bit today. C3, Div 2. I think we finished. So we're not a million miles off again. So yeah, fingers crossed this season. Nice shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, ping me your details and I'll get that over ASAP.
Yeah, will do. Best
Amazing.
of luck,
Thank you so much.
mate. No problems, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Speak to you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.